Hello, everybody. My name is Eddie, and today on TalkDaily, we're going to be talking about the Honda Civic. Now, I was making videos about games, and I made videos about cars initially, and we're changing the channel a little bit, so it's going to be growing. So, the Honda Civic, I got the chance to drive it, and I really, really enjoy it. So, just want to kind of give you the gist of it, what I think about the car, in very short matter. I'll try to condense this to 8 minutes, 10 minutes max. So, anyway, let's go. Before I go any further, I'm getting my information from the Honda website. Okay, that's their official website of North America, specifically United States. It's automobile.honda.com. I have a link to everything I show you in the description below. So I love the Honda Civic. It starts at 25, 200 and something bucks. It's a very good value, but that's for the LX. Now, if you're lucky enough to find an LX at your dealership, I would get it. If you're just gonna commute and you just want something that's a reasonably priced car. If you want more amenities, you can go to the top of the line, which is almost $32,000. But then you get the hybrid system, you get leather, you get wireless charging, and you get moonroof and a couple extra bells and whistles. But for me, the two lineups are, oh well, hold on. Here's the colors. Oh yeah, I mean, as far as the colors, if you don't know, these colors are the basic colors that you don't pay extra for. A black, solar silver metallic, and a gray metallic. Everything after that, you pay about 500 bucks extra. 455 charge for the white, 455 charge for the urban gray, 455 for the blue lagoon, and 455 for the rally red. Rally. I don't think Honda does any rallying, but yeah, sure. So putting that out there, because if you look at the price and you're wondering why mine costs a little bit more, so let's look at all the features and the spec. It's kind of a nice spreadsheet that they have, and let's move this a little on the side so we can see everything. Pardon me while I do this. Huh. Yeah, that's reasonable enough. All right. All right, all right. This is good enough, right? I think we're good enough here. You can see the check mark on the side. All right, so what are we dealing with? We're dealing with MPGs, which is going to be the thing that's going to stand out the most right after price. So the price you have at 24,250, and that's for the base. And remember, if you get the color, it's $500 extra, right? So we're still in 24,000. 24,000. Da da da. You're still in the 24,000 range. But if you get it with the three standard colors, that's the price. Then you have the Sport for 26, and then you get the Sport Hybrid for 29, and the Sport Touring Hybrid for 32. I personally think that the most dealership gonna be carrying is Sport and a Sport Touring Hybrid and some Sport Hybrid. I do believe that's gonna be where it's gonna be at. Not a lot of dealerships are gonna carry the LX just because people most likely they're gonna finance the car, and the price difference between the LX and the Sport is not that much. It's $2,000. So I don't think most people are look at 2,000 and say, "Ooh, they're probably gonna spend more just because the Sport has bigger wheels." I think bigger wheels are awful, and it has a Sport button on your suspension, Sport dynamic mode. I'll just tell you right now, I drove a Honda Civic Type R, and this is not a Honda Civic Type R. So if you are thinking about sportness, this is not the sportness, in my opinion. Okay, I look at this car as a good value for commuting. If you're looking at to build this car to go in a spec race car, and that's a whole different subject. That's not what we're talking about right here. We're not talking about racing. We're not talking about modification. I'm just talking about buying a car that's just going to commute with it. You just want it to be average. It's a car that's reliable. And I think the Civic is awesome. It's really great at that, because if you want it to be faster, you can get the Sport Hybrid or Sport Touring, yada yada. Again, if you want to go way too fast, you can get the Type R. That's a fantastic car. But anyway, let's go back in here, and the difference is the MPG. Right after the price, you see the mile per gallon. The Sport has the worst mile per gallon than the LX, and that I really believe has to do with the wheels. Just my opinion. Probably a little bit more weight, maybe because you can get a moonroof. You get a moonroof. Maybe you can get a sunroof in this, but the tires are different, and the MPG is just affected by just a bit from 36 to 34. But And here's the way I would say, which if you are commuting and you have a lot of stop and go traffic, I would definitely get the sport hybrid because stop and go traffic is what the hybrid system excels at. If you look at your MPG for your city, is 50 compared to 32. I mean, a huge difference. And with the gas prices, and if you only do stop and go traffic and congested freeways or roads, whatever, the sport hybrid. The price difference, yeah, compared to the LX or compared to the sport, it's a couple of thousands more, but you'll make that up in gas for 5 years. If you look at 5 years, you're probably gonna. That's the kind of money you would save. I personally think. That's just my opinion. Let's visit to the pump. Mind you, that the fuel tank is smaller. I think it's 10 gallons, I think, for the sport hybrid, where for the sport, another one is like 14, 12. So you get a little bit smaller fuel tank, but you get more range. Now, if you, most of your commute is just freeway mileage, you're not doing a lot of stop and go, then just get the sport or the LX because it's 41. I mean, this is 47. It's a little bit difference, but it doesn't make that much difference. Once you're moving, the internal combustion engine is fairly okay. You don't really need the hybrid power and until you do a stop and go. So that's my opinion. The sport touring just comes with like wireless charger for your Android or your Apple Play. You get leather. You get individual setting for your driving dynamic mode. I personally think I always put it at. I think most people are gonna put it at eco. That's just my opinion. You get heated front seat. You get more luxuries with a sport hybrid. So you can. I really think you can't go wrong with a sport hybrid if you have again the commute in the way I described it, bumper to bumper traffic. But for me, my heart is always for the LX. So that's why I would get the LX. You get 16-inch wheel rims. Those are fantastic. Changing tires is cheap. Everything else you get 18s. Will last you forever. If you're gonna drive this car to the ground, get the LX, man. Just keep driving, and change oil, and you're good to go. 100,000 mile, easy, easy. As far as the hybrid, I'm pretty sure it's also reliable. I just, at some point a battery, right? But that's many, many, many years down the line. Are you gonna keep it for that long? I don't know. It's up to you. Most people are gonna drive this for 5, 6 years, and when the I don't know. I think that's what most people are gonna do after 6 years. Just gonna give it back to the dealership and get the new model. There's nothing wrong with that. And so again, for me, if I just want to get a car, buy it, get it over, finish, be done with it. And so, by the way, this car only it says it fits 5 people. I wouldn't. I don't think so. Literally 4 people. Yeah, in the back seat, you can put 3 adults in it, but that'd be so uncomfortable. Yeah, for like a quick pickup drop off. Yeah, but this is like literally a 4-seater, and it's comfortable. It's fine. It drives okay. It's you're not gonna win races. Okay, it's not a fantastically fast car. It's just quick enough. The transmission is CVT, continuously variable transmission, which is okay. Again, okay. See the moonroof. There you go. These things get moonroof. The Sport Hybrid and the Touring. So the LX and the Sport do not get a moonroof. It says one touch power moonroof. Maybe it gets a two touch power. No, I don't think it gets it. So they have the 16-inch wheels. There you go. What I said. The 18 everywhere. The LED headlight. Everybody gets the LED headlight. It's really like the LX has a lot of features that are already standard. I think it's great. I really think the LX is a great car, but as I said, if you're in between here, I would get the Sport Hybrid if you're in traffic. I'll get the LX if you just want to drive it. And the cheapest one, I just want to go. Don't bother me. Get me the LX. You can't get it in red. Remember, to a 24, 250 with the red, you got to pay $500 extra. So I don't know why they did that. They're trying to be a little tweaky. Honda Sensing comes standard in all their cars, so that's fantastic. And yeah, so that's what I think about the Honda Civic. I think it's an awesome car. I think it's a great value. If I'm looking for a car to, for me to drive alone, commute every day, I would get something like that. Probably get it in this color because I don't want to pay extra. The Solar Silver Metallic, the color that I don't have to wash every day. The white is a great color. Also, you don't have to wash every day, but that costs you $500 extra. Again, here in the United States, you go to the dealership and see what cars they have on the lot. They might ask at the dealership if they have the one that you want. Again, I'm not saying the LX is going to be really hard to find. It's just not a lot of dealers probably going to stock the LX base because it's just, as I said, the price is so competitive between the LX and the Sport that I don't think a lot of people are going to be carrying the LX, literally base model. It's probably going to have something or the other included in it. Um, so anyway, and I don't think the price even have the floor mats, right? Probably that's going to be extra keys going to be extra key fob, extra, etc. So, anyways, let me know what you think in the comments below, as always. And as I said in the beginning of the video, the channel is changing. So if you're still with me all the way to the end, I really appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, we're changing the channel a little bit in the sense that I love cars a lot. I like making videos about cars, so that's been my thing. I've just been busy at traveling, getting my pilot license and all that. It was awesome. Having a pilot license is fantastic. If you get the chance to do it, do it. Um, but yeah, we're gonna be continuing doing cars. I will, at some point, gonna do review the cars personally, like look at the cars and walk around them. But for now, I'm just gonna kind of give you just a general idea of what I think about the car. Again, I think it's a great car, but let me know what you think in the comments below. Anyway, I've been blabbing on forever now. Yes, I said 8 minutes. It's over 8 minutes. All right, everybody, that's gonna be it. All right, take care, everybody. Bye bye.